Proverbs 9 is interesting in the sense where it is broken up into two parts. Verses 1 through 12. This is called invitations of wisdom and folly. And folly is just foolishness, another word for foolishness. So verses 1 through 12 talks about wisdom has built her house. She has set up 7 pillars, prepared meat, mixed her wine, set her table. And it says, verse 3, she has sent out her servants, and she calls from the highest point of the city that all who are simple come to my house. And I think this is really interesting because, this book of the Bible focuses on wisdom, right? And what verses 1 through 12 is saying that wisdom is available to all. It says the simple come to her house, right? It doesn't matter who you are. Anyone is invited to gain that wisdom from God, that godly wisdom. And that's the beautiful thing about wisdom and being wise. It's not inclusive to one group of people or, you have to be a certain race or a certain age or a certain gender. It doesn't matter. Wisdom is available to all, whether you're a child, teenager, elderly, middle-aged, doesn't matter. And so because of that, none of us really have an excuse to have that invitation to foolishness. The Bible also says here in the second part of the chapter, that folly is an unruly woman and she's simple and knows nothing, calling out to those passed by. And the interesting thing is folly is also calling out to the same people. Let all who are simple come to my house, verse 16. And basically, you can either gain wisdom, right? If you don't have wisdom, you can either gain it from God or you can gain that folly, that fake wisdom. But they both call out to everyone. And that's why I talk about the internet a lot. And I feel like maybe I harp on it a little bit too much. Instagram and Facebook and, internet platforms, YouTube, they can be great tools to talk about the word, to meet new people, to socialize with your friends. There's nothing wrong with them. But I think these days it's really taken out of context. People spend a lot of time on there, wasteful time on there. And a lot of people are on there giving foolish wisdom, that fake wisdom that is not based on anything, wisdom that they think is based on solid ground, but it's not. The only true wisdom is based on God. And so if you're gaining your wisdom from social media rather than from the Holy Bible, then you will be like this person in verses 13 through 18. It says that foolishness also calls out to the simple-minded. So you can either choose God and choose wisdom or not. There is no, this chapter doesn't talk about, well, there's people who are kind of wise. It's either you're wise or you're not. You're going to choose God or you're not. And God talks about lukewarm living a lot throughout the Bible, and he wants us to choose one or the other. And this kind of reminds me of that too with Proverbs 9. So we can either, go into the way of life. Verse 10, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For through wisdom your days will be many, and your years will be added to your life. Or, verse 18, little do they know that the dead are with the foolish, that her guests are deep in the realm of the dead. So it's pretty plain and simple, but yeah, I really liked how this chapter was divided into two. It's really interesting like that. But let me know what you learned. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you stay here. I'm posting a video every single day in the month of January 2021 at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, I normally post at Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I can't wait to study the Bible with you again. Bye.